Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about past tense word endings or the pronunciation of ed on verbs. The ed at the end of a verb could have three different pronunciations. Listen to this word. Miss. Missed. What does the ed sound like? Miss. Missed. How about this one? Smell. Smelled. Smell. Smelled. How about this word? Want. Wanted. Want. Wanted. There are three different ways that I pronounce the ed. With miss, the ed sounded like a T. Missed. With smell, the ed sounded like D. Smelled. And with wanted, the ed added an extra syllable to the verb want. Want. Wanted. I pronounced it ud. You could also pronounce it id, wanted. So for us to talk about how you should pronounce the ed endings in certain verbs, first we need to talk about what's voiced and voiceless sounds. To explain this, I need you to put your hand on your throat like the woman in the picture. Don't squeeze too hard, just gently put your hand on your throat. And we're going to make this sound, the S sound, but we're going to do it loud and for a long time. Now you make that sound, but make sure you do it loud. Now let's make another sound, and that's zzz. Once again, put your hand on your throat to make the sound. Zzz. Zzz. So let's go back to the S sound. Now the Z. Zzz. Remember, do it loud. S again. Now the Z. Zzz. Do you hear a difference between those two sounds? The S sound is a voiceless sound. That means your vocal cords inside your throat are not moving. The Z sound, zzz, you can feel something's moving or vibrating inside your throat. We call that a voiced sound. That's where it's moving in there. It's vibrating. Let's try a couple more sounds. First, let's look at the T sound. This is a little more difficult than the S sound because we can't make one long sound. So we'll make many short T sounds. Remember, hold your hand on your throat. T, 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 t. Now let's do the D sound. D, 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 d. Now we can feel that for the T sound, that's voiceless. And for the D sound, that's voiced, which means it's moving inside your throat. Now, that voiced and voiceless connects to how we pronounce the ED. If the last sound of a verb, like the S and miss, is voiceless, or it's not moving, then the ED sounds like T or T. So miss, missed, Let's do another one. Watch. That's voiceless. Watched. The ED sounds like T. Clap. Clap. Clapped. Clapped. And all of these, we have a voiceless sound at the end of the verb, so the ED sounds like T. So we can see in our chart for the pronunciation of ED sounded like T or T, we have missed, watched, and clapped. And it sounds like this because of that last sound. S, ch, clap, p. And that last sound is voiceless. Let's look at these words. Save, clean, play, snow. Hold your throat gently and say the last sound. Save, clean, play, snow. And all of these, our voice is moving, our vocal cords are moving inside the throat. So these are voiced sounds, which means the ED is going to sound like duh. So saved, cleaned, played, snowed. So, to go back to our chart, when we have a voiced ending to a verb, the ED sounds like duh, smelled, saved, cleaned, played, snowed. One hint for the D sound, if the verb ends in a vowel sound, like play ends in A, or snow ends in O, those are always voiced. Vowel sounds are always voiced, so those verbs will end with the D sound. Now, for that third sound that ED sounds like, we use the verb want. Want has one syllable, want. But when I say wanted, there's two syllables. So I add a syllable for wanted. Let's try another one. Need, needed. For need, I've added a syllable when I add ED. It's an extra syllable. So when do I add an extra syllable to add ED? I do that when the last sound is either T or D. So going back to our chart, ud, or sometimes we pronounce this id, wanted, needed. We add an extra syllable when the last sound is T or D. Let's work with some words, and I want you to think about where this word should go in the chart. Listen and also hold your hand over your throat and repeat. Finish, finish, finished, finished. Where does this word go in the chart? Finished is going to go with T because the sh sound is voiceless. Worry, worry, worried, worried. Where would you put this in the chart? You can see worried is going to go with duh because it ends in E, which is a vowel sound, and vowel sounds are always voiced. Let's try this one. Add, added, add, added. With this one, the last sound is D, D. So added will be down here with the third column where we add an extra syllable. Added. Die, died, die, died. For this one, died is going to go down here with where we add a D because it ends in a vowel sound. So died. Fix. What's the last sound here? Fix. S. We see the X, but the last sound is S, an S sound. Fixed. Fixed. Where do you put fixed in the chart? Fixed is going to go right here in the first column with the T sound because S, the S sound is unvoiced. Laugh. Laugh. What sound do you hear? It's the F sound. Laughed. Laughed. Where are you going to put laughed? Laughed will go in the first column because the F sound is unvoiced. Laughed. Laughed. Today, I've talked about past tense word endings for verbs and the three different ways that we pronounce the ED and how you know how to pronounce the ED. It's based on the last sound of the verb. If it's a voiceless verb, like laugh, the ED sounds like T, laughed. If it's a voiced sound like clean, the N sound, then the ED sounds like D, cleaned. And if the verb ends in a T or a D sound, we add an extra syllable to add ED. Want, wanted, need, needed. I hope this helps with some of your pronunciation questions, and remember, to really be able to do this, you need to go out and practice. Have a good day.